Agency in Motion continuing financial education series aimed for agents, producers, advisors, and agency builders in the financial services industry, brought to you by Millionaire Mindset Life. And today, really, we're talking about, what are the keys here to success in the financial services industry. If you are in the financial services industry, whether you're just getting started, whether you're trying to gain that initial traction, whether you're trying to build, grow, or scale your business, there's always keys to success. And when we look at the keys for success, it always comes back to some core elements that, when you look at the successful producers or agency builders, they always have this stuff in place. Very first thing, guys, there's no elevator. You got to take the stairs. So when you're looking at success, when you're looking at becoming an entrepreneur, when you're looking at building your own business, you have to understand that it's not going to be an overnight success. And through that process, it can be a bumpy, road filled with a lot of obstacles, pitfalls, roadblocks. So you have to understand what you control, what's important. And then that sweet spot between both of those is what you concentrate on. So let's talk about some of the keys to success here. You have to continue to work on yourself every day. Entrepreneurship is not a job. Entrepreneurship is not a career. Entrepreneurship is a lifestyle. And if you're not, 100% into being an entrepreneur, you probably shouldn't be an entrepreneur, because most of the good entrepreneurs out there and the great entrepreneurs are always thinking about how to better themselves, their business model, their client experience. They're looking at their numbers. They're looking at every part of their business as really a game. And when you understand the game of entrepreneurship, you're just trying to beat yourself and you're trying to beat other people. The internal and the external competition is what you have to work on and defeat in order to be successful. You've got to prepare to win. And this is one of the biggest, when I'm training agents and talking to agents in this industry, one of the biggest pitfalls they have is, they don't understand that preparation is the key to victory. You have to prepare to win. And that means that starts before the week even hits. So when I'm looking at the landscape of financial services, whether it be advisors, insurance agents, money coaches, whatever it might be, I'm probably willing to bet that the percentage of those people who sat down before the week started on a Sunday and go through a routine to review the week and prepare for the new week is probably less than 10%. So if you're looking for ways to get ahead of other people, one of those ways that you can get ahead and one of those keys to success is in preparation. When you're sitting down and you're reviewing the past week and getting ready for the new week, there's some things that you absolutely have to do. And one of those things is writing down your wins. Remember, writing down your wins is like going to the gas station and filling up. It's going to give you fuel. It's going to give you motivation to keep going further. If you sit down at the end of the week and you had no wins, then you have to identify why is that? What's happening? Because you should be stacking wins every single week. Writing down your wins, reviewing your wins, it fuels further success, and it also continuously reinforces, what you're doing right so that you can continue to do those things. On the other hand, the things that slipped away, those are the gaps, those missed opportunities, those missed close, whatever it might be. You have to mind the gaps and you have to look at those missed opportunities and you have to review those. Just like the wins, you're reviewing the gaps, you're reviewing the missed opportunities so that you're going into the next week understanding where you fell a little bit short, and you can bridge that gap and you can close those opportunities to create in the weeks that come more wins. Besides the wins and besides the missed opportunities that you have, you also have upcoming goals. What is it that I'm trying to accomplish for this week? Because once again, if you're not looking at things to accomplish, then where's your week going? You're just drifting. So you have to understand what you're trying to accomplish, what you did for the last week, and then what you're trying to accomplish for the new week. And this is all, once again, just Sunday preparation for the new week. And then you got a task list. Remember, if you give yourself long time frames to do things, you will wait until right before. And if it's a monumental task that you don't get done, you just push that deadline. And that's just a veiled way to procrastinate. So you need to write down a number of things, including the task list for the week, and get those things checked off. Prioritize what's going on. What is the number one thing that you have coming into this week that you need to get done? If it's a big deal that you're trying to close, if it's, whatever it might be, prioritize the most important thing and continue to review that. If you get the most important thing knocked out, week in and week out, you're going to find that, this thing really, the Sunday preparation, knowing the wins, minding the gaps, prioritizing what you need to get done, all starts to work in your benefit. And then you have a framework for the week. And then all you're doing is just following that framework week after week after week. That includes understanding what's on your calendar. So prioritizing the tasks, making sure that I've got that full calendar, making sure that I'm filling up my appointments, and then creating deadlines. Like we just talked about, if you give yourself long periods of time to do stuff, then you're going to wait long periods of time to do things. If you give yourself short intervals and short deadlines, you're going to find things that get done a lot quicker. And then over time, the compounding factor of that is you get a lot more done than other people, in a small amount of time get done on an annual basis. When you are looking at your meetings for the upcoming week or reviewing your meetings from the previous week, what went wrong, what went right, you're trying to once again create a better business experience for your partners, yourself, trying to better create a client experience, looking at your business as a factory like map, and then identifying areas in the factory where we're doing things correct, where we're doing things wrong. How do we create efficiency throughout the entire process for yourself, your partners, and your clients? Let's get back to some other keys besides the key as far as the preparation, understanding what went right, understanding what you're trying to do for the new week. You also are on a continuous framework of building and learning. That's the 1-2 combination punch for success as an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter what industry. We're concentrating right now in the financial services industry, but you have to build and learn. That's the combination for success if you want to get ahead of, internal, external competition and build something that's going to return to you, what you envision with those big goals. It's all about the people. You are in a people business, you're in a contact business, you're in a relationship building business. It's all about the people and how many people you can influence and better. Remember, you're not making money on the backs or the expense of other people. You're not creating parasitic relationships. If you're out there solving problems, doing what's right for the client and making money at the same time, it's a win-win-win for everybody involved. And that includes you. But one of the keys to success outside of the relationships that you're building with, prospects and partners, etc., you have to build a relationship with yourself, and you have to start talking yourself up, building self-confidence, making commitments to yourself, seeing through those commitments, and really letting this positivity compound on top of itself. There are times where you have to kind of check yourself. Hey, why aren't you doing this? Why did this week go so terrible? But overall, you need to be talking yourself up, gaining that self-confidence, and really celebrating the small victories early on and understanding that it's up to you as an entrepreneur. So you don't want to come into each and every day beating yourself up. Knowledge is power. So the more that you are out there learning and implementing that knowledge, you're going to find that if you do this, if you learn new things and implement new things in your business, then your income should be increasing. On the other hand, if you just stay stagnant, you're not really interested, you don't have that thirst for the knowledge or the new information out there, you're going to find that your income probably flatlines or even declines over time. You need to be a lifelong learner. That is a key to success in entrepreneurship because you have external competition, you have internal competition, and that includes a number of things within the industry and then all the way back to within your company and within yourself. So Babe Ruth said you can't beat somebody who doesn't quit. So you need to be a lifelong learner. You need to stay committed to the game, and you need to just, like I said, be that sponge, have that thirst for knowledge. You're not looking for the grand slam every at bat. You're looking for the small incremental gains, the singles, day after day after day. And if you do this, and if you put enough of these wins in, the power of tiny gains compounded over time is really going to, if you look at this chart, really going to set you apart from a number of people, whether you look at competition externally or internally. Another key to success is being a lifelong learner in the subject of communication. You need to master the art of communication. Remember, if you're in a contact business, if you're in a people business, if you're in a relationship building business, then communication is going to be key. And the communication in today's digital world is a little bit different than the old school, physical, meeting somebody at an office or meeting somebody at a house. So understand, what communication is, the general framework, and then understand in the new digital environment, how communication has changed, and make sure that you are getting in front of people with their preferred method of communication, allowing them to respond back in their preferred method of communication. And then, like I said, master the art of communication in what you say, what you don't say, but most importantly, how you listen and interject at the right time period. You need to find a harmony between retention and acquisition. You always need to be building your business, building your audience, building your prospects, getting in front of more people, but you also need to understand that you can't neglect the partners and the clients that are already there. You need to be thankful for them, and you need to make sure that you are once again in a relationship building framework or mindset to retain the people that you brought in on the client and partner side. Remember, partners can help you build your business. Existing clients have referrals. They have other needs. You just can't ignore these people. And then on top of the retention, you need to have a model for acquisition. Another key to success is just being, having, being ethical, being honest, being respectful, having integrity. These are the things that are going to help you stay out of trouble. If you're doing the right thing time and time and time again, then you shouldn't worry about when clients call you or partners call you or anything comes up, because if you're doing the right thing, then you haven't done anything wrong, so you can't get in trouble. The key to success is just staying within compliance. And you need to understand the rules and the legislation that are in place now, and you need to understand as new things come up, make sure that you stay in compliance. If you're doing the right thing, if you're solving problems, and within those solutions you got the products and services and you're in compliance, then you never have to worry about any of these things. If you're not, then that boulder you're trying to push up the hill, which is building your business, getting to your personal and professional goals, gets a lot heavier, and it can get so heavy that it rolls back and it flattens you. So stay in compliance, don't get yourself in trouble. That's another key to success. And then learn to work smarter, not harder. You can work yourself extremely hard and not make any money in this industry. I've seen it before. So you need to understand how to work smart. And working smart means that you have things in place, that you have a schedule, not just doing random things every day to see what happens, but you have a schedule, you have a communication strategy, you have an online strategy, you have a website, you have landing pages, you have a social media strategy. How do all these things interact? How does this thing build your brand? How does it create leads for you? What does that look like? Also, a key to success is that you have to be obsessed with calls to action. If you're reviewing, once again, the preparation on the Sunday going into the new week, and there's a lot of missed opportunities, there's a lot of gaps that happen. A lot of that can be probably reverse engineered and looked back upon to see where you're not obsessed with the call to action or next action steps. Don't leave it up to the other side, because they'll never take it. Always end your conversations, always end your meetings with the next action step. You need to be working on digital marketing strategies. Remember, this is a new environment. It's ever evolving. You need to stay on top of it. Digital marketing strategies can accelerate or decelerate your business depending on, once again, are you a lifelong learner? Do you have that thirst for knowledge? Are you a sponge? Are you going to learn this stuff? Or are you going to sit over and not participate in any of these new things and get run over and left behind by those people who will? Another key to success, and something you want to concentrate on, this is another part of technology, is how much of my business can I actually automate? Some of the stuff that you're doing every day, does it have to be manual or can it be automated? Because if you can automate enough of your business, and then the stuff that you can't automate, the income producing activities, the relationship building, the meetings, the presentations, whatever it is, you got areas of concentration. And now your time, energy, resources haven't been put into this other stuff. So you're on point, you're bringing energy, you're bringing intensity, all of these things that we need to those other things that can't be automated. Automate what you can, and then really bring your A game to what you can't automate. Understand where your leads are coming from, and understand, what's working and what's not working. There's a lot of argument within the industry about, what's the best place for leads? Where should I go? You've got whole companies that build on the warm market. There's the common market, social media, cold market. You need to drop the mentality of trying to figure out which one of these is best, and you need to extract value and extract leads from every one of these. If you've got multiple legs, just like you teach your clients a retirement strategy, that's stable. If you've got one leg, then it's not very stable. So when you look at your lead generation, you need to look at all the legs, and you need to have some type of a plan in place to get lead generation from all of those. Marketing versus networking. Remember, the key: direct marketing versus indirect networking. You just need to show interest in other people, build interest in what you're doing by learning how to ask questions. We always talk about it like a blind date. You're out there, hey, what do you do? That's great. How long have you done it? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Just all those general questions. At some point, if you're asking enough questions, keeping your mouth closed, just by talking to people, you're going to get to the point where they've uncovered through their communication some type of a problem where you can come in with a solution and action step. This is not hard. It goes back to one of the keys that we mentioned earlier, which is just being a lifelong learner to the idea of mastering the art of communication. When you are putting things together online, if you've gotten down to the point where you have presentations, you have meetings, you have discovery calls, whatever it is, then once again, you need to bring your A game. If everything done its job to get you what you want, which is booked appointment, which is meetings, which is discovery calls, you can't come into those calls and meetings with low energy and intensity. Income producing activities, guys, this is extremely important. Once again, you can go to a lot of meetings, you can go to a lot of different types of online trainings or master classes, but if you don't have things that you're concentrated on day in and day out, they're called income producing activities, this is going to turn into a hobby. Hobbies don't make money. IRS views your business, if you don't make money after 36 months, it's a hobby in the view of the IRS. So understand that, yes, you are here for a number of like lifestyles, time freedoms. There's a lot of things that entrepreneurship can give you on the front end, but you got to work towards that financial freedom. And that goes all the way back to, okay, where's my money? Where is my income producing activities? How do those tally up? You need to build, monitor, master the efficiency of a sales pipeline. Understand how to do it yourself, and then teach other agents. That's how you build distribution. Knowing where my revenue and income comes from. If you're like a straight line in terms, you only make money one way in this industry, if things happen and you have a bad time period in that one revenue generating department, then you're going to have a tough overall business climate for that period of time. So once again, what does my business model look like? Where do I extract revenue? Where do I extract income? Where do I extract business growth from? And then in each one of those pies, those slices of the pie, identify inside that, hey, how can I increase revenue? How can I increase income? How can I increase the business growth in that one slice? And by concentrating on slice by slice by slice, the entire pie gets, bigger and bigger and bigger. The bottom line, you guys, for the keys to success in this industry is just understanding your management. You have to manage yourself as an entrepreneur. There's really 4 types of management. You have your daily management. We talked about, the preparation is the key to victory. In that Sunday, we talked about what you need to do day in and day out. What do you want to concentrate on? What's important? What do you control? In the sweet spot between all of those. Time management is one of those things that you have to master as well. Just like communication, either the clock runs you or you run the clock. So time management is one of those ultimate battles that we all have. The better that you can get at running the day, the more profitable your business will get, and the smarter you will start to work as well. Energy management is another one of the managements that you need to make sure that you're bringing each and every day, whether you're working as a producer or other people are counting on you for agency build out. If you are hungover, if you're tired, if you're sick, and those days start to pile up, it's going to have a definitive negative impact on your business. You have to bring, energy, intensity. People are going to buy into your, emotions, your energy, all those things. If you're bringing none of that to the table, it's a bad leading indicator for your business. And then performance management. What's happening inside your business? We talked about the factory-like pipeline. Break it down. How are you performing? What's going right? What's going wrong? Once you learn to fix yourself, you can fix other people. And then mission management. We talked about this before. Every day is not going to be great. So you need to be connected into a number of things, including your personal goals. You need to be revisiting the vision and the mission. Why are we trying to do this? Because we're trying to make a positive impact and influence on people's finances on an individual basis or household basis. If we do enough of those, we get the nationwide impact that we're looking for. And finally, guys, it's about massive action. Once again, bringing things down in compressed time frames, making sure that you understand the value of the time that you have for your business, not next week or next month, but right now, today. What are we going to do? Agency in motion, building, operating, and managing agencies in the new digital environment.